right, welcome back, and thanks for sticking with us. I'm Brandon Rhymes, Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, recently featured in Florida Realtor Magazine for the second time in the last 2 years, recognized for my innovation with marketing, search engine optimization, YouTube video marketing, and other innovative approaches to helping my sellers sell their real estate properties for more money, profiting more off the sale of their homes. And so, great lineup today. Again, Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks in studio. We just heard from Clearwater Mayor George Kredikis. I thank him for calling in. And we also have estate planning attorney JerrySlutzky in studio. Welcome back, Jerry.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
More from Jerry in a moment. And also Mark Spence, VP of Integrity Financial Services, our mortgage lending partner, in studio as well. Welcome back, Mark.
Thank you, Brandon. Glad to be here.
And before we get back into this great content, I want to touch on a couple of hot listings that we have on the market right now. We've got 219 18th Avenue, Indian Rocks Beach. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Bring your boat to this boater's paradise. It's a newer Key West-style townhouse featuring a 22-foot wide dock that can moor up to a 65-foot vessel. And I tell you, the views from this property are amazing. You go up to the top, you've got that sun deck on the very top of this 3-story property, and it's just a 2-minute walk to the beach. Bring your boat, put it in the back there, and you're right at $570,000. We just reduced this property. Also have 5506 Beeman, Dew Loop, and Land O'Lakes. This is a $1.335 million property, custom-built high-end home on Lake Thomas in a private gated community. Beautiful property as well in a gated community up in Land O'Lakes. And we also have 614 8th Street in St. Pete, just minutes from downtown. It's right there off the interchange at 375 and I-275. So for this or any of our listings or links to our show partners, you can visit realestateradiotampa.com, or you can hit us up at our text line, Consumer Advocate Hotline at 813-917-1894. And another example of our cutting-edge technology that we employ with Platinum MVP Realty, what we have is if you text RE like real estate, QB like quarterback, just pull out your smartphone, try this out. All you have to do is text REQB, where you would put that into the content of a text message. You're going to text that to 72889. That's where you would put the phone number, to 72889. You'll see my Savvy card, another one of our show partners. It's going to be an awesome little technology. It's going to show up on your smartphone. You can see my listings, all the properties I just mentioned. You can also see links to all of my partners on my smartphone just by texting REQB to 72889. Check out the new technology that we're utilizing. So great day here in Tampa Bay, Jerry. And, estate plans is something that a lot of times people overlook. It seems, as human beings, we're creatures of habit, and we may put a little bit more time into our fantasy football picks or Super Bowl picks or vacation plans than we do our estate plans.
It's absolutely true. Everyone always tells me, oh, yeah, I know it's something that I need to get around to doing, and then they never do. And unfortunately, while real estate goes on forever, as you know, we don't. So you really do have to plan to protect your loved ones. What I've been saying lately is if today is the last day of your good health or your life, who's going to protect your loved ones tomorrow? You've got to have the documents in place. You have to have a list of everything that you have. Who do you know? Who needs to be contacted? What do you want done with everything in place? And ironically, it's less expensive to put together an estate plan almost every time than what it would cost your kids, or beneficiaries, your loved ones, to do everything that you need to do, on your behalf.
Sure. And also you think about as well when you pass it, the what you're leaving behind and who is there. How many times have we all heard this story where you've got a brother and a sister who never speak to each other anymore because they got into an argument over whatever particular asset it might have been that they both thought they were going to get, they didn't get. Those situations I'm sure you see all the time as well as an estate planning attorney here in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's very true. Part of the package that I put together in my will package or trust package is an entire document that talks about what your preferences are, and I make a point of teaching my clients to actually have the conversation with their kids and their loved ones to verify that this is okay with the kids. Right. And if it's not okay with the kids, let's deal with it now rather than have them tear the family apart over mom's grandfather clock or whatever item of sentimental value there is. I have seen families torn apart over silly little things like that when a simple document and conversation while they're alive will avoid that.
Sure. Yeah, sometimes, you want to call an audible. You want to huddle up with your team and call an audible.
Omaha!
And that way, we can help save you some money. We can, again, the goal of this show, I want you to think of this show as the hub of your financial wheel. Now, each spoke extending out is representing another one of our preferred partners, the finest folks in Tampa Bay that we've assembled, we've vetted, and we frankly, we like them, and they're great at what they do. So to be a partner with the Real Estate Quarterback Show, we have over 40 different partners ranging from CPAs, financial advisors, 3 or 4 different types of attorneys with specializations in their areas, home remodeling, solar companies, inspectors, right on down the line. So what we want you to do is save this smartphone, save this number in your phone. It's the 813-917-1894. And think of the Real Estate Quarterback Show as your ultimate resource. We have a QAA formula here. Ultimately, as consumers, you may have questions. We're going to provide you answers to those questions, and we want you to take action on those items. So later in the show here, Jerry's going to have an offer for the first 5 listeners, I believe.
10.
First 10 listeners. So why don't we go ahead and touch on that? Again, the Consumer Advocate platform here is we want to move the free line. We want to help our listeners live a better life and avoid all that commission-based advice out there that you find so often in this community.
Okay, well, the offer that I always make to everyone is a free consultation. I will review any documents you already have prepared, and I will take a look at them, no charge. You won't get a bill on the way out. But for the first 10 people who either call in or text that number, which I'll repeat in a second, I will give a 20% discount.
Wow, nice.
On the will package. That's a savings for a husband and wife of $100. For a trust package for a husband and wife, that's a savings of $500. And what those packages include are the last will and testament, durable power of attorney, healthcare surrogate, living will, and whatever other documents need to go along with that. And with the trust package, that also includes a revocable living trust.
Yeah, so for the first 10 listeners, thanks for doing that, by the way, who text in to our Consumer Advocate hotline, text the word estate or estate plan to 813-917-1894. Again, that's our Consumer Advocate hotline for the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Text to 813-917-1894. We're going to help you live a better life. We ultimately want to engage you and, again, avoid all that commission-based advice out there. There's so many false claims, and you've got these folks out there that are, they get the credit card number like you're talking about the credit. Such a misnomer with credit. You see these guys on the commercials, free credit report, this and all that. A lot of bad advice out there, so we want to help you avoid that. So reach out to the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Back in a moment, more from our experts. We're going to weigh in on American Sniper, the movie, and some of the response and fallout from that movie. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
Don't forget, Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Visit realestateradiotampa.com or text the word VALUE to their consumer advocacy hotline at 813-917-1894. Call Brandon today, 813-917-1894.